And now, BX Forever presents another RPG Deep Dive.
Welcome to another episode of BX Forever.
All right, so we're diving deep into some classic D&D today
Oh, yeah.
with these excerpts from CM6, where chaos reigns.
Sounds intense.
It is from the looks of it.
Okay.
A whole module
Wow.
dedicated to a parallel world called Aelos.
All right.
And it looks like things are going to get really chaotic.
I'm ready.
Time travel, epic battles, a clash between magic and some seriously advanced technology.
That's what we like to hear.
Ready to explore Aelos.
Absolutely. And we got to talk about the Oards.
Oh, yeah.
The technologically advanced race that's throwing Aelos' timeline into disarray.
Right.
What's fascinating about these guys is they're not just your typical conquer and destroy villains, you know?
Right.
They're manipulating history,
Yeah.
subtly nudging events in directions that benefit them.
Interesting.
It's a really clever take on a time travel plot.
Yeah.
And it presents a unique challenge for adventurers.
So instead of trying to fix the timeline,
Right.
players have to navigate a world where the past has already been tampered with. That's going to create all sorts of ripple effects.
Oh, yeah.
Unforeseen consequences.
Exactly. It makes you think about the butterfly effect
Wow.
on a grand scale.
Yeah.
The Oards meddling has created a world where you can't just go back and undo their actions.
Right.
Every change they've made is already woven into the fabric of Aelos' history.
And these excerpts mention something called the Nexus.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like some kind of time travel hub, but with a twist.
Yeah, the Nexus is like a series of gateways to 6 crucial points in Aelos' past.
Okay.
But it's not a free-for-all time hopping spree.
Right.
It's a one-way journey through history.
Oh, wow.
Almost like a guided tour with very specific stops along the way.
Okay.
Adventurers complete a task in one era and then boom, the next gateway unlocks, sending them further back in time.
Wow.
Think of it as a campaign structure built into the very fabric of time travel.
That's amazing. And each entrance to the Nexus is described with such vivid sensory detail.
Yeah.
Specific rooms, furniture, smells, even sounds.
It's all about immersion.
Right,
Absolutely.
absolutely. It goes beyond just like a whoosh of a time portal.
Right.
These descriptions help players truly inhabit the different periods of Aelos' history.
For sure.
Plus, there's a neat little detail.
Oh, yeah.
The Nexus grants adventurers the ability to speak and understand the local language in each era.
That's helpful.
So no need for like awkward hand gestures or charades when they encounter a group of elves.
Exactly.
That's a nice touch. It lets players focus on the important stuff,
Right,
like
right.
figuring out how to survive a Garl raid.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of which, let's talk about that first adventure.
Okay.
In the beginning, it throws players right into the thick of things in a primal version of Aelos.
So imagine this. You're transported to a time when humans and elves are still using stone tools,
Okay.
struggling to survive in a world teeming with dangerous creatures.
I'm already nervous.
Then you witness a village under attack by Garls.
Oh, no.
10-foot-tall humanoids who, thanks to the Oards meddling, have discovered fire
Oh, that's not good.
and started crafting large weapons.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a jarring contrast.
Yeah.
Suddenly, metal swords and magic spells make the adventurers seem like visitors from an incredibly advanced civilization.
Right.
It's a brilliant way to introduce the theme of technological disparity
Yeah,
and its impact on power dynamics.
for sure.
Almost like those real-world historical events where explorers with guns and steel encountered indigenous cultures
Absolutely.
with much simpler technology.
You hit the nail on the head. This first encounter really sets the stage for the whole campaign.
I can see that.
It highlights the Oards' subtle but powerful influence,
Yeah.
and it forces players to think about their role in this world.
Interesting.
Are they going to be protectors,
Yeah.
exploiters,
Right.
or something in between?
It sounds like the adventurers have their work cut out for them.
Definitely.
Protecting elven refugees from Garls is one thing,
Right?
but they also have to deal with Ord agents disguised among the attackers.
And these agents are packing some serious heat. Like what?
They're armed with things like ray gloves,
Okay.
which are essentially wrist-mounted energy weapons,
Whoa.
and fireball gems.
What are those?
Imagine small explosives that detonate in a burst of fire.
Jeez.
This technology is light years ahead of anything else in this era,
Wow.
giving the players a taste of what they're up against.
It's like bringing a tank to a knife fight.
It is.
But amidst all this action,
Yeah.
there's a fascinating subplot involving trains.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
ancient tree-like beings.
Uh-huh.
They're cultivating these special tree of life saplings,
Right.
apparently as gifts for the elves.
It's a beautiful detail that adds a layer of wonder and complexity to this primal world.
It does.
And it also presents a classic D&D dilemma.
Ooh, I like those.
Do the adventurers prioritize protecting the elves,
Yeah.
who are in immediate danger,
Yeah.
or do they try to safeguard these trees,
Right.
which could hold the key to the future of Aelos?
Those are some tough choices.
500 years later, things get even more interesting.
Let's do it.
We're introduced to the dwarves in the Forge of Power adventure, but they're not exactly having a warm welcome to the surface world.
They emerge from their underground realms only to find themselves facing Dimlak,
Who is Dimlak?
a fire giant who has claimed a desolate island called the Anvil of the World as his lair.
Oh, okay.
And to make matters worse,
Oh, no.
he's got these chimera companions.
What are those?
Imagine monstrous creatures
Okay.
with the features of multiple animals all spliced together into this terrifying
That's right.
fire-breathing package.
That is terrifying.
It's a classic David and Goliath scenario with the dwarves struggling to hold their own against the overwhelming forces.
The setting itself sounds incredible.
Mm.
I can already picture players exploring the Anvil of the World.
It's a striking image. But beyond the spectacle, there's this underlying tension.
What's that?
Can the dwarves, known for their stubborn independence and distrust of outsiders,
Right.
learn to trust these time-traveling adventurers enough to work together?
It's a great question.
Remember, the Oards have already been meddling for centuries.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be surprising if the dwarves are wary of any strangers who show up claiming to help.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It adds a whole new layer of complexity to the adventure.
Absolutely.
It's not just about defeating a monster.
Right.
It's about building trust, navigating cultural differences, and forging alliances.
And at the heart of it all is this relic called the Forge of Power.
Right.
Sounds important.
The Forge of Power is crucial to the development of ironworking in Aelos.
Okay.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's another example of the Ord's subtle manipulation.
I see that.
By introducing advanced technology at specific points in history, they're nudging Aelos' development in directions that serve their own agenda.
It's like a chess game played across centuries, with the Oards making strategic moves to shape the future.
Exactly.
Fascinating. But before we get too lost in the grand scheme of things, let's fast forward a few more centuries to the Bronze and Iron adventure.
Okay.
So the Bronze and Iron adventure takes place centuries after the dwarves have emerged from their underground realms. I'm guessing that the introduction of ironworking, thanks in part to the Oards, has had a major impact on Aelos.
Absolutely. The knowledge of ironworking has spread, leading to the rise of powerful empires, but not all of them are benevolent.
Oh.
The Colmead Empire, armed with the secrets of ironworking passed on by Ord agents, is on the verge of conquering Arkwyn, a land inhabited by humans, elves, and dwarves.
Okay.
This time, the adventurers aren't just facing a single monstrous threat or trying to protect a small village. They need to unite an entire land against a powerful, well-equipped invading force.
That's a huge shift in scale and complexity.
It is.
It's no longer about individual heroics. It's about diplomacy strategy and forging alliances between groups that might not trust each other.
Exactly.
How would you as a dungeon master handle that kind of challenge for the players?
This adventure offers so many possibilities for role-playing and strategic decision-making.
Yeah.
Think about the dynamics.
Okay.
The humans might be eager to unite against a common enemy,
Right.
but the elves, with their long memories and distrust of outsiders, might be reluctant to join forces.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And the dwarves, still wary after their encounter with Dimlak, might be hesitant to put their faith in strangers again.
Right.
Players could find themselves acting as negotiators, trying to mend old grudges and convince these disparate groups that they're stronger together.
And it's not just about talking.
Right.
They're going to need to prove their worth on the battlefield, right? I imagine there are some epic battles in this adventure, with the fate of Arkwyn hanging in the balance.
Absolutely. The module hints at large-scale battles,
Okay.
strategic maneuvering of armies,
Yeah.
and key moments where the player's actions could turn the tide of war.
I like that.
This is where their combat skills and tactical thinking come into play.
Right.
But their choices also have political ramifications.
Okay.
Do they focus on defending key cities?
Yeah.
Or do they launch a daring raid behind enemy lines?
Oh.
Every decision has consequences that ripple through the conflict, affecting the morale of the troops and the alliances they've forged.
Wow. It sounds like Bronze and Iron is a campaign in itself with so many layers of intrigue and action.
It is.
But there's one more thing I noticed.
What's that?
This is the first time we see halflings mentioned in these excerpts.
The halflings play a fascinating role in this conflict.
Oh, really?
They're not warriors like the humans or dwarves,
Okay.
but they're incredibly resourceful and adaptable.
Yeah.
Think of them as information brokers, spies, and messengers,
Okay.
using their nimbleness and unassuming nature to move through the war-torn landscape,
Yeah.
gathering intel and relaying messages between the different factions.
Interesting.
They might not be on the front lines,
Right.
but their contribution is crucial to the success of the resistance.
That's a really cool way to showcase the diversity of Aelos' races
It is.
and how they can contribute to the fight against the Oards, each in their own way.
For sure.
So far, we've seen primal forests, volcanic islands, and now a land on the brink of war.
Right.
Where does the adventure take us next?
From sprawling battlefields, we shift to a more focused, almost intimate setting.
Okay.
Tala, a remote island that houses the Bibliotheca, an extraordinary library dedicated to magical knowledge and research.
What?
Imagine a place where wizards from across Aelos gather to study ancient texts, conduct experiments, and consult with each other on complex magical problems.
Wow.
It's a treasure trove of knowledge,
Okay.
a testament to the power and diversity of magic in Aelos.
It sounds like Hogwarts meets the Library of Alexandria with a dash of magical intrigue thrown in.
Right.
What's the Oards angle here?
Surely they haven't overlooked a place as important as the Bibliotheca.
I wouldn't think so.
Of course not. The Oards, with their methodical approach and long-term planning, have infiltrated the Bibliotheca in a cunning and insidious way.
Oh.
They've replaced powerful wizards with imposters,
Right.
subtly manipulating the flow of information and undermining the wizard's ability to counter their plans.
Interesting.
It's a brilliant strategy, striking at the heart of Aelos' magical defenses.
That's so devious.
Yeah,
It transforms the adventure into a magical espionage thriller,
it does.
with the players acting as detectives trying to uncover the truth and expose the imposters. I
Exactly.
bet the players will love that.
It's a wonderful opportunity for investigation, deduction, and social interaction.
For sure.
Players can't just barge into the Bibliotheca and start casting spells. They need to blend in, gather clues, observe interactions, and use their wits to figure out who's who and what the Oards are really up to.
And the Bibliotheca itself sounds like an amazing setting to explore.
It is.
These excerpts mention a valley of webs guarded by giant spiders and a vortex shaft where gravity works differently.
Right.
What's the deal with that?
These elements are more than just cool set pieces.
Okay.
They challenge players to think outside the box.
Yeah.
To find creative solutions to problems that can't be solved with brute force.
I see.
The Valley of Webs might seem like a straightforward dungeon crawl,
Okay.
but imagine the tension as players navigate a labyrinth of sticky webs,
So, yeah.
trying to avoid being ensnared by giant spiders while also searching for clues.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
The vortex shaft is a vertical passage where the laws of gravity are warped.
Okay.
Falling doesn't hurt,
What?
but magic flight is impossible.
Really?
Even the Oards technology fails there.
So how do you get through it?
It forces players to rethink their usual tactics.
Yeah.
They might need to use ropes climbing gear or clever spells to navigate this bizarre environment.
I love that the module includes these unusual environments that force players to think differently.
Yeah, it's great.
But there's one more intriguing element in the Bibliotheca,
What's that?
the luminance.
The Luminance is a magical artifact housed within the Bibliotheca, a tool that helps wizards focus their concentration and solve complex magical problems.
Yeah, that's helpful.
It's a source of immense knowledge and power,
Okay.
but it also comes with a vulnerability.
Oh.
When using the Luminance, wizards enter a trance-like state,
Right.
making them susceptible to mental manipulation.
And I'm guessing the Oards have found a way to exploit that weakness.
Exactly. They've developed these hypnotizing cubes that can influence the minds of wizards while they're using the Luminance.
Whoa.
It's a brilliant twist, turning the wizard's strength into a weakness.
Right.
It highlights the Oards' cunning and ruthlessness.
It does.
They don't just rely on brute force, they understand the power of knowledge and manipulation.
The Island of Sorcerers sounds like a fantastic blend of mystery, intrigue, and magical exploration.
Yeah.
But even if the adventurers manage to foil the Oards plan at the Bibliotheca, it's not the end of their journey.
Right.
There's still the final confrontation, the entropy bubble.
Right.
What can you tell us about that?
The entropy bubble is the Oards' last refuge, a desolate reality created by their advanced technology.
Wow.
It's completely cut off from the rest of the multiverse.
Oh, wow.
A testament to their mastery of science and engineering.
That's impressive.
Think of it as a world stripped of natural beauty.
Okay.
A chilling reflection of the Oards' purely utilitarian mindset.
Interesting.
It's a stark contrast to the vibrant, diverse world of Aelos, a reminder of what's at stake in this conflict.
It sounds incredibly alien and unsettling. A world where magic might not work the same way and the familiar rules of reality no longer apply.
It's a challenging environment for adventurers, both physically and psychologically. They'll encounter strange creatures, bizarre landscapes, and technology that defies their understanding.
The module mentions the Oards City See All,
Yeah.
which sounds like a nightmare of traps, robots, and technological terrors. How do you think players would react to encountering such a place?
It's a sensory overload.
Right.
A place where the familiar tropes of fantasy are twisted and distorted by the Oards technology.
Interesting.
Imagine encountering robots that resemble golems and drolems, but with wires and gears exposed. Their movements powered by strange energies rather than magic.
Yeah.
It's both familiar and alien, unsettling and fascinating.
It's a clever way to bridge the gap between magic and technology. To show how the Oards have taken concepts that are familiar to the players and warped them to fit their own worldview.
Exactly.
I love that the module encourages dungeon masters to keep the Oards technology somewhat mysterious, never fully explaining how it all works.
It preserves a sense of wonder and a bit of fear. Right.
The players might be able to figure out how to use a ray gun or disable a force field,
Right.
but they never truly understand the science behind it.
Right.
It remains alien to them, a reminder that they're dealing with a force that operates on a completely different level.
So their ultimate goal is to confront Cartanak, the Ord Master, and destroy the generator that powers the entropy bubble.
Right.
Sounds like an epic showdown.
It's a climactic battle, a clash between the forces of magic and technology.
Wow.
But it's also a fight for the very soul of Aelos.
Oh.
If the Oards succeed in isolating themselves within the entropy bubble, they could sever their connection to the multiverse, potentially causing irreparable damage to the fabric of reality.
The stakes are incredibly high.
They are.
But there's one aspect of this module that we haven't explored yet.
Okay.
The Oards themselves. We've talked about their technology and their machinations. But what are they like as a people?
What motivates them? So we know what they can do, but what are they like? As like people.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah.
The module gives us some pretty fascinating glimpses into Ord society.
Okay.
So they're not born naturally. They're grown in these breeding tanks.
Oh, wow.
Their bodies part flesh and part machine.
Oh, that's creepy.
Even their origin is a product of engineering, not biology.
Right.
It's a stark contrast to the more organic, nature-based cultures of Aelos.
I see that.
And it speaks volumes about their values.
It's like they've taken the idea of creating life to a whole new level.
Right.
Replacing the randomness of natural selection with cold, calculated design.
Exactly.
How do you think that shapes their worldview?
It's tough to imagine a society more different from the elves or dwarves.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ords prioritize logic, efficiency, technological advancement above all else.
Okay.
They see magic as chaotic, unpredictable, even dangerous.
Right.
Something to be controlled or eliminated.
Exactly.
Their entire civilization is built on the idea that everything can be engineered, optimized, perfected.
We see hints of that throughout the module.
Right.
Ray gloves, fireball gems, time travel mirrors.
Yeah.
It's all so advanced, almost futuristic.
Right. And here's the interesting part.
Yeah.
Even though the Ords are masters of technology, the module encourages dungeon masters to keep their devices shrouded in mystery.
I like that.
Yeah.
It maintains this sense of wonder.
It does.
Keeps the Ords feeling truly other.
Exactly.
So instead of explaining the mechanics of a ray gun, you describe it as a wand that shoots beams of blinding light, or a force field as a shimmering wall of pure energy.
Yeah.
It's still recognizable to the players.
Right.
But there's this element of the unknown, the unexplainable.
It's a brilliant way to preserve that sense of awe and a little bit of fear.
Yeah.
It also forces players to rely on their intuition and creativity,
Right.
not just their knowledge of D&D rules. They have to figure things out through trial and error experimentation, maybe even a bit of luck.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've explored the Oards, their technology, their impact on Aelos.
Right.
But what does this all mean for you, the listener?
That's the important question.
Why should you care about this module,
Right.
even if you never get the chance to actually play it?
This deep dive has given you a glimpse into a world where the familiar tropes of fantasy are turned on their head.
I agree.
It's a world where time travel isn't just a plot device. Right. It's a fundamental part of the setting, shaping the history and the culture of Aelos.
And it's a chance to explore the clash between magic and technology, not as a simple good versus evil conflict,
right,
but as a complex interplay of forces that can be both beneficial and destructive.
And it's an opportunity to challenge your players with moral dilemmas, forcing them to make tough choices that have far-reaching consequences. Do they embrace the Oards technology to fight against them, even if it means compromising their own values?
That's a good question.
Do they trust the ancient prophecies, or do they forge their own path?
Imagine the role-playing opportunities.
There are a ton.
How would your players react to meeting the Oards?
Yeah.
These beings who are so alien in their appearance and their worldview.
For sure.
How would they try to unite the disparate peoples of Aelos against a common enemy?
Yeah.
This module is a recipe for an epic campaign.
It is.
Filled with memorable moments.
This module is more than just a series of encounters and dungeons.
Right.
It's a framework for exploring some really profound ideas.
Like what?
About the nature of reality, the impact of technology on society, and the choices we make that shape the future.
Well, this deep dive has only scratched the surface.
Right.
Now it's your turn to take these ideas, these seeds of inspiration, and weave your own epic tales.
Remember, the Oards aren't just a threat to Aelos. They represent a challenge to the very fabric of fantasy itself.
That's a great point.
How will your players rise to meet that challenge? That's the real adventure waiting to be discovered.